my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. Rogue is here, but I am on my bed, so she thinks we're playing. You can probably hear her, but let's see if she'll come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah, we're playing. So she'll break something if I keep it up. She gets really wild. So again, yet another place. I am on my bed, which is very difficult for me to sit on. But there's stuff going on everywhere, and I was either not going to film or film here. So I'm trying not to be uncomfortable. It's very late, I know, and it's going to be a short video because I am just not getting what I want to get done. Are you ready to come up here now? Come here. Come here. There she is. Hi. Hi. Did you say hi to everybody? Say hi. Okay. So, I'm trying to decide what I want to start with. I'll start with my cross-stitch camp piece, I think. Cross-stitch is the only thing I have where I left it out. I didn't leave out any of my paints or drawing supplies or stuff like that. And you'd think I'd be getting more done. But I'm actually going to start teaching young Rembrandts later this month, which I'm real excited about. I taught young Rembrandts, I probably told you last week, a few years ago. I don't know how long. And I really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to doing that again. And so I've been taking time to go over the materials and, you know, do my homework and that kind of thing. So I've also done that this week, but I can't show that to you. So this is a little bit of a start on Scattered Seed Sampler's Little Berry Thief. And I realized when I started it before, I started it too close to the top. So I frogged all of that and restarted it. I haven't gotten very far. So that's the top of the bird's head. And yeah, half stitches because I didn't get, it's all charted in DMC. Theoretically, that's a 1. And I charted it as, I stitched it as charted, but I don't know, it doesn't look a lot like a 1. But there's a whole bunch of these little things everywhere, and I wasn't traveling with this, with the thread, but you can see I did there, and honestly, I didn't mean to. And I thought, well, I'll just leave it. The eye is supposed, I'm stitching this on Aida, 18 count Aida. It's supposed to be 36 count linen, and I don't like 36 count. I can do 32 count just, but 36 count, I have a couple of things, a couple of pieces of fabric. It's just really hard to see. Not like I would need a magnifying glass, and I find that very, what's the word I want to use? Cumbersome. I have a thing I bought to look down through that's magnifying, and it shows up really well and it lights it, and I'm like, it's too uncomfortable. So I decided to go for Ada. But as a result, I couldn't do 1/1 for the eye. And it's supposed to be 1/1 in the center of this eye, and then white 1/1 around it in square, and then backstitched around that. And I decided to do a Smyrna cross, and I might backstitch around that in white. I'm just going to have to adjust it and decide what looks best. So, but it is stitching fast when I actually work on it, which I haven't as much as I wanted to. I really haven't. And then this was one of my Whip Go calls for July. And to all a good night, stitching with the Housewives. I think this pattern is so cute. And when I put it on Whip Go last year, I thought, I can finish that in 10 days. I didn't know I'd be packing to move. Oh, everything falling off the bed. So this is as far as I've gotten. It's more than it looks like. I did the word all, and I think last week I just had part of the L. And I did the, is that a rain? Is that what it's called? And then a couple of snowflakes, but I just, I can't concentrate on anything. Every time I sit down to try to stitch or something, I find myself, my brain wandering to, I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to do this other thing, and it's hard to concentrate on stuff. It used to be that I would just stitch in the evening, but I don't know. I seem to stitch better in the mornings these days. But I'll find a rhythm that works for me for during this packing time, and go from there. I keep pausing because I'm looking directly at the camera, but when I look at myself looking directly at the camera, I feel like it looks like my eyes are looking somewhere else. I don't know why. I find it very distracting. I found myself doing that last week too. And lastly, no, not lastly, I have my first Whip Go call for August. Robin by Cute Patterns by Maria Bravko. I started this last year for cross stitch camp, do something with a bird in it, and I had the pattern for a while, so I decided to do this. And it's charted in DMC, and I'm stitching it on 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. This pattern is so stinking cute. I love it. I thought I was going to be done with it last year, but it is very confetti wouldn't be the proper word, but to get this shading, and honestly, if you didn't put the back stitching, you would still know that that was a hat and a sweater because of the shading. This brown, I've used so far 4 colors of brown. I haven't finished the little things in the hat. It needs white, but I love it. I can't remember. Oh, I think there's white around the eye. And that's why I decided to hold off on it. But now looking at it, I don't think those are stitches. I think they're back stitches. I don't know. All of her patterns have a lot of back stitching, but it just brings out everything in the design, like the back stitching on those wings. The wings probably look just fine without it, but that really will make it pop once it's done. Again, I've worked on it one day, maybe two, and it's already the 5th. So hopefully I'll have some days where I can work on it. My back has been hurting so much that bending over for any length of time or standing up for any length of time is uncomfortable. So taking time, you know, when I'm packing things, I have to do it for a little while and sit down, and do it for a little while and sit down. So taking time out for things like stitching, you know, you can't just do that for a little while. Like I'll pack and then I'll come and stitch for a little while. Yeah, if I could leave everything out, but you know, I have a dog. So anyway, I'll be happy if I get any progress at all while we're doing this. I just keep thinking, if we get everything packed up and get the house on the market, I can relax in between. So I did some more work on Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2023 temperature style, and I am now to this section here. I just have blues and purple. I love the way these flowers are coming out. There we go. I have blue flowers, so I just have the different blues and purple over here. So I'm pretty excited, and I started going across here. I'm working on it on Fridays, and I promised myself, because that's when I work on the other temperature chart, I promised myself that I would put in at least a few stitches every Friday. And so I believe it's possible to get done before the end of the year. And it's coming out. It's coming out. Now this temperature one, I do all the extraneous stitching at the same time. And so I have to take time out, like, you know, July ending. I had to get all of the, I told myself, finish all of the stitches on his back before you start August, just to make sure, you know, I keep up with it. So that's the end of July. Another very red turtle. And we are pretty red again this month. There was a thing posted that it was 118 somewhere here. Not where we were. Where we were said it was 111. Honestly, once it gets over 110, you really don't feel the difference. But it's been so humid that you just are just like, it's so hot, it's so unpleasant to be outside. I forgot to say, that was Stitchin' Mommy's temperature turtles. So after I finish the July turtle, I'm working on the August turtle. I'll only have 3 more turtles. This year is going by so fast. When I started the row for June, I was like, I measured this. Do I really have enough fabric? It's going to be close, I think. But that's all I have. Thank you for listening. I had thought I would put this off till tomorrow, but I decided to just sit down and do it. It's not very long. And I will see you again next week. If you don't see a video posted, it's because we are just in the throes of all of this stuff. But I'll try to see you again next week.